Hi guys, welcome to That's Grace family. If it is that you are already subscribed, that means you are already family, and if you are not family, please consider subscribing to our channel for weekly content. Alright, so let's get into it. This will be our last video for the year 2020. Anybody excited? I mean, when I started to come out of 2020, I mean, what? 2020 then again, people say that we don't know 2021 will be worse.
Before we go any further, let us say, welcome back, Desan.
Yes, guys, I've been going for a while, going for a good while, but I'm back now. I'm back. Okay. Until the Lord calls me away again, you know, but anyways, for now, I'm back. Alright, so we just wanted to end this year with some reflection. Right, guys? Alright, so who wants to start? Big Boss, you want to start?
Reflection of what the year is about.
How did Corona hit you? Let's start there.
And we must speak up, right? Because the volume.
Yeah, man, give it a volume.
And I must say, how did Corona hit me?
Yes. What was your response to it? Like, what frame of mind were you in? What was going on in your life when Corona finally hit Jamaica?
What was going on in my life? Well, during that time, I was probably thinking of leaving school, go work, get married, something like that.
When Corona hit? In March?
I thought you this is new to me.
Hold on, I'm here at school.
Wait. What you say?
Wow, this is new to we need to listen.
Okay. Continue, bro. Continue.
Then Corona attack, things change. You have to shuffle up the schedule a bit.
You never married again?
No, Corona attack was a different time. It wasn't the time for it, so you know. Yeah. That got thrown through the window, so.
I can read it all. My bro wanted to get married. That's what was going on in my bro's mind.
I said the plan though.
See, but you had planned.
Yeah, he was planning marriage.
I'm not going with no. You look at me and read it while saying my man.
No, but you're not going to plan. He's the man.
Oh, true. Excuse me.
He's the man.
Me. True. I'm supposed to be thinking about leaving though.
Yeah, you're supposed to be thinking about being taken away from your mother's home.
Glory! Don't think about that here, you know. I'll eventually adjust to such ideas. So what about you, Lasana? What was your frame of mind when Corona hit?
When Corona hit, it was about 2 months before CXC.
Yeah.
And I was at the peak of stress. I can remember that. Peak of stress. And I was like, anytime now, Lord, a week.
Anytime now, Lord, for what?
Anytime now, a week would be good.
For a break?
Just for a break. Anytime now, like, I don't know, a hurricane, something, you know, something.
You were praying for a hurricane?
And I remember when they were making this big fuss that Corona is here, and then the first case, and how they were testing people, and then they said, okay, if we have more cases, we're going to shut down school. And I remember being at work, was it March 11 or March 12, one of those days. And they sent us home.
That date.
And I was like, thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Thank you.
So Corona was the answer to your prayer?
It was an answer to my prayer. Like, I didn't pray for Corona, but it was an answer to
but then
a break.
But
it was a break.
But how was the break that you asked for? Oh, what was it?
I enjoyed my break because the thing is, I'm an artist. And so when you, and a friend of mine always said, it's responsibility kills creativity. And so when they say, okay, go home, we still figure out this education thing, take a little break, I was like, for that first week, I was like, thank the Lord.
But you were still working, weren't you?
No, man.
One week after, they had not figured out what they were going to do.
It was about 2 weeks after before my school came along. So that And then right in that time, opportunities came up for me to paint and to draw, and I had the time to sit and create art to make use of those opportunities. So I was quite blessed. Like I was at home still busy, but I was busy doing artist things, you know. So it came at the right time for me. And then that was the time that church went online, and that was just amazing for me. Because personally, you can throw away the building. For me personally, you can throw away the building. The building can dash away. The connection is what is important in my perspective.
Definitely.
So that was beautiful for me, and I was already familiar with connecting with people online or connecting with ministries online. So it was nothing new to me. If you know me, I'm always watching sermons. I'm always. And then, you know, getting to do praise and worship online was a beautiful thing as well, because then you get more comfortable around the camera. So COVID did a lot of beautiful things.
It was good for you because you don't mind worshiping in your yard.
I don't mind worshiping in my yard. I don't mind having time to spend time with the Lord. And I don't mind setting my own schedule. You know, some persons, they're so used to the work schedule that, okay, I have to get up by 8 to get here, and I'm limited this time and travel. I don't mind knowing I have 10 things to do, and I decide, okay, I'm going to put 15 minutes here, 20 minutes there, rotate that. I love that. I for the first time, I felt like
you were in control?
I was in control of my time and when I got to do stuff, and it was beautiful for me because I'm an artist at heart. The 9 to 5 is not my ideal. So even though it was still a 9 to 5 job, because we were online, when we don't have class, we can just be at home. You understand? So it was like, whoo! Thank you, Lord. I didn't say I wasn't showing up. I did not say that. I'm just saying some persons, based on personality, them just need to sit down in one office from 9 to 5 and don't interact with people because them don't have that. But there are some persons who value flexibility and all of that, and I'm one of those persons.
Okay, got that.
Yeah.
It's funny she said that she's the one who summarizes things. In one of the last year videos, that she's the person who
But you didn't ask me to summarize.
And I'm the person
you asked me to expound. You did not say summarize.
Yes, so to Mama, where were you when Corona hit? What was the mind space?
I think I was home, you know. Yeah, I was home.
Mama, the sentence carried on there. So.
What she mean she was home?
I wanted to go to work that day.
No, but we're not talking about the specific day. Like, where was Susanna's mind?
I think my mind was doing what I took the day off to do, to go back to work the following day. I knew that there was already a first case, and I had gone to a store, and I heard that it was closed because they had Corona. And I was like trying to get through to the person who I went to see, and I wasn't getting through. So that was basically my headspace, wondering, was it in the department where I was that had the problem? Because when Corona just came, once you hear of a case, the entire organization closed, right? So I wanted to verify if the department that I was in, the person walked through that department, and then I came afterwards. So I think that was basically my headspace. Also to where I work, I interact with the public. And the first case, I think I was interacting with persons within the area. Because I remember looking at a form and I saw the address, and that was in that area.
Okay.
So I was wondering if before they quarantined the area, was I a contact person? So basically, it was all the sanitizing and am I a part of this grouping? You know, am I going to get sick? And then will they close? Because we're hearing that countries were being closed down.
Yeah.
So my headspace really is, am I a part of this case? Not panicking, but I was more like, this is the end of time. Gonna come.
For real. That was legit mommy's response. Before, okay, we need to take precaution, that was legit mommy's response. For real, that was legit mommy's response. Mommy was like, the whole week mommy was singing, telling gotta come. Me telling gotta come. That was legit mommy's response.
Right, and this is just something leading up to the end time. And that was just basically it, and I was like, it's preparation time, it's look up time. So that was basically my headspace.
That was the phrase.
And even when I was there thinking, I wasn't like fretting or anything, but you just wanted to know, and to see what would happen. But basically, my mind was just basically on look up.
What were you saying now?
I was just teasing mommy's prayers. I'm just at end time. I was like, Mom, it's always end time.
Yeah, but then the end time for many persons, like many persons, their last chance is in this season.
Right.
Their last chance to say yes to the call of God.
You're correct.
Right, and there are so many things that are happening telling you that it's look up time. So if it is that you are not on the straight and narrow, if you're supposed to be on the straight and narrow, get on the straight and narrow. If it is that you need to go witness to someone, then it is time to do so, because we don't know. And since persons were dying of this virus and nobody knows if they are going to die or they're going to survive, because it's a 50-50% chance. So then if you're a child of God, I was saying, then if you must go witness to somebody, go and witness. And if it is something, if it's your heart posture is not at the right place, then you need to go visit the nicety, or if you need to go in the temple, or you need to go in your quiet room, your closet, and speak with God and get your heart in place. Because sometimes, our mouth is saying something and our eyes read something, but our heart and our minds are really not at the place. So that is basically what I was saying to persons.
Okay, so you're saying the end time that you're making reference to is not interpreted to only have one meaning, but many.
Yeah, the preparation for the end time, trimming the lamp and ensuring that your lamp is trimmed. You don't go for oil, ensure that we have enough oil, so when the bridegroom put in his appearance,
way for the kingdom of God.
Right, once the bridegroom put in his appearance, then we are ready. So we need to be ready.
Understood.
So, where did 2020 hit me? So, the week before Corona had finally reached Jamaica, I had, I believe, 5 things due, between presentation, lab, assignments. I just know I had 5 things due, and I barely made it out of that week. I was like, okay girl, God got your back. I made it out of the week, and I was like, wow, God is wonderful. And then here I was about to enter into another week where I just did not feel like that God was going to be so wonderful this week, because I had no energy left. All of it had been finished and used up on the previous week. So I remember, I think it was the Wednesday. I definitely think it was a Wednesday.
Yes, it was.
Assignments and I think between the Wednesday to the Friday, 3 of them were due. And I was like, God, I literally cannot do this. So when I heard that Corona reached and you sent out the notice that nobody comes to school, I was literally like, wow.
You were rejoicing like I just don't know.
Like I wasn't happy that Corona was here. I was more like, God, you see, I knew I would have failed this semester. I would have literally failed this semester. This semester, I said I wanted all A's. I was literally going to get all F's. That's where I was, guys. I had reached a point where my body had broken down. And no, I'm not making any jokes. I was literally on the verge of failing this. When we're talking like listen, you know what? Yes, I was on that verge. I'm like, no joke, I'm not lying to you. I was on that verge, because if it is that I hadn't handed in those 2 labs already, you can't not hand in 2 labs. Exactly. So I was just on that verge, and my body had broken down, because you see, after Corona had hit and they said, alright, no school, I was sick for like 2 weeks after that. No, on a regular school time, say no COVID was here, that would have been my mid-semester time. And I just I wouldn't have been in a position to study. So God basically gave me that time to rest. And then by the time that 2 weeks had ended and I started getting back my senses and my body started saying, alright, no, yeah, you can study and get this thing. UE had still not sorted out their system and I had an extra week. So by the time UE was ready for us, I was ready for UE, basically. So that's where Corona hit me.
Yeah, but still, you know, coming into 2020, I think a lot of persons were saying that this is a year of vision, this is the year where things was going to happen. But
things did happen.
Things did happen. It was still a year of vision.
Exactly.
My vision was definitely increased to 2020 as it relates to what is important in my life. It was definitely revealed to me. Definitely year of vision. It was, but we thought it was vision in terms of wealth and money and you're gonna finally be able to make it, and both some people that would say you couldn't make it and all of that. We all had our different ideas of what 2020 will still happen for some person, but most persons were thinking that that's what along the line that most persons were thinking, that it had something to do with them finally reaching where they wanted to reach. And in all honesty, some of those desires that we had, it wasn't really that important when you think about it, because when Corona hit and persons had to make a decision of what is important, for most persons to think that they were running after, that was not the first thing that they ran to when they had to choose what is important. Do you think that Corona changed our family structure? Like our family relation or whatever, our family bond.
Corona did nothing to us.
Did nothing? That's your response?
I mean, I live here still, you know, so.
She could have fooled me. She could have fooled me. That's wrong, since you live here. No, we have asked. Since you live here, Joshua, Mom's don't live here.
That's a very difficult question to answer.
Answer to your best of your abilities.
Or to say whether or not Corona changed anything. You know, persons are always changing, persons are always growing, things happen, and overcome them. Corona is just like another day in the park. Did it come in like, did it really make any drastic changes in our life?
No. There was one more obstacle.
No, I think not.
Nope.
It was another day in the park. Yes, we had some instances where food security was an issue. Yes, we had some instances and we have variety of food. Made food insecurity no longer an issue.
The reality is that we've been through worse than COVID.
Exactly. So it was just another day.
We've been through worse seasons than COVID.
Yeah, and probably people find that as a strange statement to say. But
we've been through worse than COVID. So what COVID brought was
in terms
nothing.
of our family.
Oh my gosh, for us. So if it was a case where we never have enough food, we've been there.
We've been through not having enough food.
You understand what I'm saying? We've been there. If it's a case where your income was cut drastically, we've been there too. You know what I'm saying? So the drasticness of COVID where you have been a part of things that we've struggled with before. So if we don't have no food today and we don't want to go on the road because of COVID, or we don't have the money, we're a crew that will eat crackers and tea. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think COVID proved to us that, well, it didn't change our family structure, but it proved to us that we are not a outgoing person. It showed us.
That's what COVID proved?
Yes, it showed us.
Yes.
Work to home, work
Definitely.
to home, home to school, home to church, back to home
and had no
again.
problem because being home was not a problem.
The few other little places that we went,
Fine.
could have stayed.
Could have
You cannot go there if you don't have money. So once there was no money, they could have stayed.
nowhere to go.
And the worst of the fact, they were closed. So would not kill up yourself to go nowhere.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I knew I was a house rat before, but it proved it. I had no problem going nowhere.
Yeah, this
actually
depression
home.
that person were going through because of being home. We were like, long I've been wanting to stay at my yard for this long. This is why I said COVID was like, yes, Lord. I got to fix all the curtains in my house. I got to change many sheets. I redecorated. I was like,
Just saying something. What you saying now, Pops?
I don't want persons to misunderstand that we didn't also suffer through depression from COVID. But in terms of the family structure, we were not affected in that sense.
True. The family structure.
We were not affected.
Individually, there were other areas that would have affected us.
And external factors also,
Yeah,
such as academic, school, work. Yes, school especially. Online school is very demanding. I'm sure a lot of students go through a lot of different things.
It's demanding for the teachers as well.
I am aware of this, I'm aware. We spoke on the disparities.
Oh my gosh.
The great difference.
I know, right?
And how COVID-19 affects
teachers versus students.
Yeah.
Well, based on my job, I have to be at work. So even though my job dynamic kind of changed, I think they have accommodated me working days on, days off.
Yeah.
And that I appreciate.
You going to pass out, friend?
The heat.
Want some water?
The ham that thing with the fan with. Lord.
You feeling better, friend?
Yes.
Okay, happy to know.
I don't want to reach menopause yet, so I don't know why I'm so hot.
Well, I guess that is basically that. As Joshua Denwine said that the whole adjusting to online classes for him, because persons were like seated around their PCs. Yeah. So
they're used to it being leisure, and now it is being used to do work.
Yes.
I'm afraid to even take up my laptop right now because I know what it means work.
Me too. Like the laptop can stay.
I don't want to see it sometimes. And the whole fellas have to be around a PC every day.
And
the strain on the eyes, yes it does.
Cannot relate. When I say a PC, I don't see work, but I understand the phenomenon.
Right. So whereas some persons within this sphere here and other persons at large welcome the idea of online school, others don't, because they are used to the meeting the teacher in the classroom.
Group work was the hardest part. So, any favorite memory, irrespective of all that happened? Did you have a favorite memory?
Throughout COVID-19 or before?
Throughout this year.
Okay.
I don't know. That's so hard to choose. I've had so many good memories this year. I don't know what to choose.
Then give us a good memory then.
Well, I got to do a residency. And if you're an artist or you know artists or the art world, a residency is a beautiful thing to do because it is where a space is created for you to go in and create art among other creatives and curators and people who know about the art world. So it kind of fosters their creativity. And I think if COVID wasn't here, then I wouldn't be able to do that. So I was excited when I got to actually apply, had the time to apply, but when I got the call, the email that I was selected, I think that was a high point for my year. So that's definitely one of them.
The email was a high point, not the receiving of the email.
The email that stated that I got accepted. Yeah. That was a high point for me.
My high point is just a few days ago. Friday to be exact. Christmas Day. Yes.
On Friday.
When I woke up in the morning and I looked in the different rooms, and I saw
Oh,
my
yeah.
children, 3 big people lying down in their bed sleeping. I just gave God thanks. You know, I'm at another Christmas, and my children are here. And when I considered the whole preparation for Christmas, and what you guys were saying to me, Mommy, we don't want you to work out yourself to a frazzle and cook all day. Mommy, not do the whole for decoration. Mommy, do this. Mommy, do that. And then guess what? This was the first year.
But you can remember.
Probably there were other years, but I would probably
First
do
in a
some.
long while.
But where it actually is that where Christmas preparations, in the sense that to go to buy, do the buying, and the whole, all of the cleaning and the washing and
Decorating.
and the whole decorating,
baking.
right? Then Roy opted to do all the purchasing, so I was happy where that was. And then, wake up Christmas morning and I could prepare breakfast and finish dinner early. So I was just thankful that I woke up in the morning and I wasn't tired, I wasn't beat. Actually, I went to bed early, so I didn't bring in the Christmas. I went to bed early and I gave assignments and everybody did their assignments while I was asleep. And I woke up to see that assignments were completed. So I just went and did my part and woke you guys up to breakfast. We had breakfast together, and then we do a little celebration before we started the dinner. And then dinner was prepared and dinner was early. Normally I'll be there trying 3-4 o'clock to finish the dinner, and dinner don't finish. And then when I finish, I would be tired, cannot enjoy the meal. Oh God, I enjoy my Christmas dinner. And when I finish and things are my belly full, you guys were entertaining me, and I was just there looking at you and saying, God, you are awesome. So I was that is my high point, up to today.
That is your highest point for the year?
For this Christmas break, that is my highest point, Yours?
It's funny I ask you guys a question and I don't think I have one.
What is your high point?
Joshua, go first. I think. I was busy listening to you.
My high point, I think when I was at school though. I think
between January to March.
I think my sixth form journey for me, it came with a lot of challenges, but at the end of the day, I met some really great people, some great friends, created a lot of network. My eyes were open to different things, and I like to say I appreciate all those persons that contributed to my life in that sense. And when I was also crowned Mr. Campbell in 2020.
Oh yes.
Yes.
Oh yes. That too was a high point.
Yes. For you. That was a high point for everybody. Sorry.
I went in the competition, I went in really proud, prideful. So I went in prideful, and then it showed me something, It showed me that I think I'm all that, but at the end of the day, I may or may not be all that. Because there came a point in the competition where man, I lost, This ain't for me, I'm going to cry after this, I'm going to be sad, I'm going to be beaten. Because just before I went on stage, I'm like, nah, I ain't going to win. And I remember in my mind, I had deja vu about this moment, and I was like, hey man, God showed me something I'm not going to win. But God showed me so me can think when me want to think the interpretation when him give me and me create my own interpretation. But he showed me that he's still God and he controls all things, and at the end of the day I was crowned king, and it's not just being crowned king, It came with a lot of responsibilities. A lot of work that was put in, and it really changed my life. I was able to contribute to a lot of persons' life, not only my own, and motivate other people to come out of their shell. So moving on from there, I think it added on to my personality, and it taught me a lot of lessons. So that for me was, out of a lot of success that I had in 2020, I actually felt that one.
Yeah.
Actually felt that one. That one was actually meaningful out of all the success I had.
Before this and say her high point, I just want to share the scripture. 2 Thessalonians 3 and verse 3, it reads, "But the Lord is faithful, and he will strengthen and protect you from the evil one." God is completely trustworthy. God is someone we can trust. And regardless of what is happening around us, that is how his faithfulness come about. And it is for us to extend our faith and just really truly believe in him, that he will take us through, because Romans 8:28 says all things work together for good to them that love the Lord. And I believe that is what Christians have been saying through this whole 2020, this whole coronavirus, COVID-19, SARS, whatever they want to call it, is to say that God is truly faithful and he is there to protect us regardless of what is happening. Whether we think it's end time, it's an end time happening, something for the end time, regardless of how we may see it, God is still faithful and he will keep us. And the evil one we're talking about is the devil. You understand? Because he's our evil one. So it is for us to have courage and be strengthened in Christ, and not to falter regardless, because some persons have lost loved ones.
Yeah.
And for those who have lost loved ones, we want to say condolences to you. And some have lost their homes, because the other day we saw where there was a fire and some persons were
out of a home.
right. And some persons just into a drive-by shooting into an accident. We saw where a car exploded on one of the highways. So many persons have mourned this year. Some persons have lost family members due to the same COVID virus that we're talking about.
Yeah.
But God is faithful, so in everything we have to really give thanks, and he will strengthen us. Because even though you may have lost someone, God was still there with you, and you are here in 2020. I don't know who this message is for, but keep courage. Keep the faith. God is faithful. We don't understand why. We will never know. We will never know. Or probably some of you find out eventually afterward why something has happened. But God is faithful. So we need to keep the faith.
Or find the faith.
Yeah, so this one, what was your highlight moment?
Now that I've put some thought to it, I realize that I really do have highlights.
The question was, what's your favorite one, right?
I'm not sure I know what the favorite is, but I'm just gonna speak on one that really meant something to me, not that others don't. So, as you guys know, I am the leader for a ministry called Campus Kairos on the UMona campus, and the ministry is centered on evangelism. It's all about bringing forth the message of Christ to the nations. And I remember praying and asking God what to do. So basically, he said, teach them, right? So go out and evangelize. And I was like, okay, because the previous semester was teach them. I know he was basically saying, go and do what you have been taught. And I remember telling the team that, all right, this semester we would definitely be evangelizing. And there came a time, I remember we were just doing the neon challenge, just going out and talking to persons. We normally meet like 3 hours for club, and we started just meeting for like half hour to an hour. We just discussed what we're going out to do, just gave them a word of encouragement, and we actually went out in pairs and evangelized and basically brought people to Christ, and for those who didn't want to accept, we still brought the message to them. And I remember there was a point I brought out 2 persons, and because I'm showing them, I would have gone to the first 2 persons and I showed them what to do, how to really talk to the persons. And after speaking to each person, we would stop and talk about what could have been done differently, how we could have responded better to that person. And I remember after reaching the 3rd person, one of the young ladies who I was working with, she said, let me do it this time. And she did it, and she went through it, introduced, spoke to the person. And I remember us going around the campus, and we had a particular time, so we said we would just evangelize for an hour. And I remember that day we went for more than an hour because the 2 young ladies who I was doing it with was just so interested to speak to more persons. And in that moment I was like, sometimes you're doing ministry and it really feels as if you are doing nothing. But when I saw these young ladies really putting into practice what has been taught, it really did something to me. And I think it's a good thing to reflect, because I had totally forgotten about that moment. But now that I'm being asked to talk about what is my highlight, that was definitely my highlight in terms of what is the purpose that God has given me for my life. So guys, we thank you for tuning in and sharing with us, listen to us speak about what was the highlight of our year. This video is not enough to talk about the entire year, but that was basically a breakdown of certain things that we would have gone through. We know too that you have stories, and we would love to hear some of them. You can send us a message, an email, and you can leave it in the comments. We'd love to hear your stories. We know that other persons can relate. And we thank you for tuning in to our channel the entire year. It has been our first year on YouTube, and it has been an experience.
And we thank you for being a part of the family also.
Definitely, you have become a part of our family.
And we appreciate it.
Bro, you should have been doing the outro. Yes, we appreciate all you have been doing. The persons who always watch, always comment, even if it's just aiming those persons, the silent subscribers, as Joshua called them, the silent subscribers,
and Shana Speed,
persons who learned.
The persons who participated in the Monday morning talks,
who were inspired.
All the persons who came on the channel, all the persons who were inspired, all the persons who never put a comment on YouTube but always message me on WhatsApp. I thank you as well, even though I encourage you to leave.
And those who shared.
Yes, those who shared the video.
It wouldn't have been possible.
Definitely would not have been. It has been a blessed year, and we look forward to going forth into the newness of this channel, because indeed for us 2020 was a year of vision, and now having vision is not enough. You have to actually activate. So we're going forth into 2021 activated. And if you don't understand what we're saying, go and watch the previous video before this. It's called what? Activate 2020. Activate the Warrior. 2020 is almost over. Go and watch that video, guys. It's a very important video to watch before going over into that new season.
Thank you.
Note, we have changed the name of the channel from That's Grace Desan Watson to That's Grace Family. Finally, we have all agreed.
We have been agreeing all along.
Yes, but we have finally decided to put some actions to it. So we look forward to seeing you in January, New Year 2021, and the That's Grace family is ready to serve.
And you are also a part of the That's Grace family, so we welcome you, we appreciate you, we love you. So until next time, walk good. You have just watched another episode of
That's Grace.
Bye.